During the time of Richard the Lionhearted and the Great Crusades, 100 years before England wrote her Magna Carta, an American civilization bloomed on mountain peaks like these. In the 12th century A.D., these slopes and valleys were peopled by a rich and powerful race. Here, in the great northwestern portion of the South American continent, crowding up the valleys to the very peaks of the Andes Mountains, dwelt the people of the sun. Amid these mountains developed a civilization that was vast and successful, a civilization without the wheel, without the Keystone Arch, without a proper written language, and yet a civilization that in its day was unequaled. Here lay the kingdom of the Incas. On our way to visit a portion of this kingdom, we encountered the famed Lake Titicaca, a jewel in a mountain setting 13,000 feet above sea level. So high is the altitude of this lake that no trees can grow here. Boats are therefore made from the reeds which grow beside the lake, and, although odd in appearance, these little boats are cleverly woven and durable. Our goal, a typical Incan city, lies far above Lake Titicaca. We must take this gasoline-driven rail car in order to reach it. The scenery in this region is untamed, but beautiful. Hewn out of the steep sides of the Andes, roads are winding but good. 8 centuries ago, runners of the Inca's telegraph service ran along these roads on foot, spreading news throughout the land. No, this is not a mirage, just a reflection in glass-smooth mountain lake. This rock fortress, an Incan outpost, is one of the many that made up a well-planned system of defense. But why has the grandeur of the sun god faded, with only ruined buildings left behind for tombstones? Why has the glory of the Incas vanished into the mists of time? Let us turn back the clock of history. Let us visit the city of Machu Picchu and see it as it used to be. Let us imagine that we are citizens of this Incan city, of some 6,500 souls perched for safety high upon a mountain peak. If we are members of the Incan world, we live but to obey our emperor, the living sun god, whom we name the Inca. Under the Inca's rule, our rugged land has become a strange, socialized state. We are the Inca's children. We belong to him. Like all Inca settlements, our own Machu Picchu divides its crops 3 ways. 1/3 for the emperor god, 1/3 for reserve, and 1/3 for ourselves. As subjects of the divine Inca, no man can starve, yet no man can ever be free. The god of the sun takes care of us, but for that, he owns us body and soul. Up steps like these we go to work together, to worship together, to eat together. We share everything as befits one family. Time means nothing to our people, so, loving stones as we do, some of us spend years working and polishing them to achieve a perfect fit. We know that stones that fit will last. Our most impressive stones, like this altar, we dedicate to our great Inca. It is here we worship him each day at high noon. Because our climate is cool, we put on new thatched roofs each year. Thatch doesn't last like stone, but it does keep our houses warm. We work so carefully with stone that we need no mortar to bind them together. Even without it, our walls will surely last forever. Because we have never invented the wheel, we have no carts. All our stones are moved by hand. Neither have we invented the Keystone Arch, but our windows and doorways stand firm. We build them this way, all without mortar or cement. Yes, our arches and our walls will last, for we patiently chip a single stone until it has as many as 12 sides to make a snug fit. See how sturdy our arches are. We build them to withstand the elements. We even make stone pegs to which we fasten our roofs of thatch. We carve our religious messages in our beloved stone, so that in days to come the whole world will know what the mighty Incas believed. We are a powerful nation. We are rich. We build entire gardens out of the precious stones, using gems to imitate natural flowers. We are not like the forgotten race which built the foundations on which our city now stands. They were weak. We are strong. Our city shines like the sun. Aye, mighty is our Inca. On this sacred stone he may sit perched on the battlements of Machu Picchu, overlooking his domain. In our cleverness, we grow our crops even upon the steep sides of cliffs. Thus we make ourselves strong and self-sufficient. We can outlast any siege of our enemies, and our armies are more fierce than theirs. With our mountain terraces, our stone houses, and our mighty and all-powerful Inca, we are wiser and richer than all other nations of the world. No race on earth will ever equal ours. The Spanish conquistadores, who are they? Our Inca dispels our enemies like the sun dissolves the mist. But the pride and arrogance do not live forever. Today, only stones and sun and mist remain here. Under the savage Spanish onslaught, the Incas vanished. Now, only the animals wander among the ruins and the valleys. The Incas' children today are humble peasants taking their llamas to market. The llama, a relative of the camel, grows a thick wool in this cold mountain region. So do the alpaca sheep and the little vicuña. What riches the children of the Inca now have live only in their fingers. Out of the thick wool of their flocks, they weave beautiful cloth to make their living. The natives, known today as Quechuans, no longer build proudly in stone. The Quechuans are an impoverished band of Indians. They live in a primitive world. They do not read or write. They wash their clothes in the open field, and they remember little of their ancestors. As a people, the Quechuans do not realize that they were ruined by wicked pride and by the weakness that grows out of a dictator state. Their lives are not easy, and only their garments are gay. The beautiful patterns of their ponchos and their bright red hats remain the only spark of their former greatness. Their fortunes truly are as flat as their hats. But today's world is a new world, and young hearts are brave and eager. New greatness is at hand. And the key word is education, books, and brains. The future belongs to thinking men. The thinking of the Quechuans is as old-fashioned and as slow as their ancient methods of weaving. But schools and books can change this. And a new invasion of Inca land has begun, an invasion of learning. Their feet travel the paved road that joins all the Americas. These little people are now our neighbors. Progress moves to them along the great Pan-American highway. Books and new ideas go with it. We can help them take their rightful place in history by trying to understand them. Understanding will make all the lands of the earth shine brighter than the sun.